Alright, what's going on, guys? I have, looks like I have bad connection right now, but I just want to talk about some things real quick. First of all, I do got to announce that if you guys didn't watch my preview video, I will not be able to live stream this game. And a recap will probably not come until tomorrow. I'm actually going out to a wedding right now, so unfortunately I can't watch the game at my house. And yeah, so other than that, man, like there's been, obviously a bunch of you guys have heard like Adam Schefter tweeted out, and you know, he tweeted out about, I'll say this, he tweeted out that the Jaguars, our sources say that they would strongly consider trading Jalen Ramsey in the offseason. And then quickly after that, you know, you had a statement by the Jaguars saying basically that the news is BS. And here's the thing about it. Like, Jalen Ramsey is a fantastic player. He is probably like definitely a top 3 player at his position. And probably if you go around the NFL and you ask like GMs, like who's one cornerback you would probably want, it'd probably be Jalen Ramsey, just with, you know, how young he is right now. Like, he's probably the best cornerback still under his like rookie deal. So, I mean, he's a fantastic player. And if you were to trade something for him, it would be a huge blockbuster type trade. Like, I mean, you look at what Khalil Mack got. He got like 2 first-round picks or something like that, and like I think a 3rd-round pick. And Jalen Ramsey would command even more than that because his contract isn't due. You know, if you trade him to a team, he has at least 1 year left on his deal. I mean, and they probably they have control of him for 2 because they can pick up the 5th-year option since he was a first-round pick. Now, you know, I do want to talk about this because like it'd be different if I heard this news come out of like Jason Lock and Fora, because that guy is always like full of it. It'd be different if it came from some random guy from like NFL.com, but this came from like Adam Schefter. Adam Schefter and Ian Rappaport are 2 of the best in the game. They know what they're doing, and they have great sources. They're always the first to break stuff, you know, involving any kind of mega thing going on. And you know, they're all over it during like free agency. They're good stuff. So like, you know, while it's not like I think the Jaguars will trade him in the offseason, I think there has to be a little bit of truth, just because Jalen is a headache, man. He, of course, he says says anything he wants to the media, which, you know, Coughlin can't stand kind of the media, and he didn't used to let, you know, players and coaches really talk to the media about stuff. He doesn't like to give media much information, and you know, he's not a big player, being outspoken kind of player, and that's obviously what Jalen Ramsey is. I mean, he goes out there and basically rates every quarterback in the NFL, calling like 75% of them trash, and you know, he's not afraid to get into the press clippings and say different stuff like that. He's a headache sometimes, and obviously remember this offseason, or like during the training camp, where he got suspended for like a week after basically cussing out, you know, the local media and stuff like that. And I mean, he's just a vocal guy, and like lately he's been some sources have been saying, and if you look at the tape he's been doing this, is he's been freelancing sometimes out there. He doesn't, I don't think he likes Todd Wash at all. He called him out after 2016 saying this team's stuck. And then obviously 2017 you were great, and then 2018 they're not a bad defense. They're not a generational defense. Like last year, it wasn't a generational defense, but it was highly elite. This defense is good right now. It's not elite. It's just like good. And like last game was probably its worst game, letting up like what, 29 in the first half against the Colts. So, you know, but when it comes to would you want to trade Jalen Ramsey, because we have to kind of talk about this since it's going to be a big topic, kind of in the off season, just because it's out there and people will consider it, just because you can get a high amount for them. And the answer, man, it's no. You know, I mean, I'm not a huge. I love Jalen Ramsey as a player. You know, I love him, like the shit talking he does on the field, but you know, some of his off-field stuff is just a little too much for me. You know, that's one reason, like, I have his autograph on a canvas behind me in my videos, but I can never wear that guy's jersey. You know, I can never wear that guy's jersey. And like you think, like, would you want to trade Jalen Ramsey? When you go into the draft, man, you know, I don't care if it's 2 first-round picks, you know, 2 first-round picks and a second-round pick. Like, when you go into the draft, man, you want to pull superstar players, man. And there are players that come out every year that are, like, great. There are a lot of players that come out that they're pretty elite, but there are very few players that, it's hard to get players that are like generational at their position, that are like top 2, top 3 at their position. That's what Jalen Ramsey is. You're not going to you're not going to trade him and be able to replace him with better talent at the quarterback position. You just would not be able to, you could get lucky and pull a great player, but like usually who's going to be the superstars. Usually those guys are going in the usually top 3, but we got lucky with Jalen Ramsey because we got him at number 5. And, we got lucky that there are 2 quarterbacks that went 1 and 2, with the Rams picking Jared Goff and the Eagles picking Carson Wentz. In the 3rd round pick, it was scary for me because I wanted either Joey Bosa or Jalen Ramsey in that draft, and I thought that the Chargers were going to be going like left tackle, like Laremy Tunsil or something like that. But they went and got Joey Bosa, so it was like, oh snap, Dallas, please pick Ezekiel Elliott. And I went crazy when they drafted Ezekiel Elliott because I knew that the Jaguars would be getting Jalen Ramsey, and we got very lucky that he fell to 5. I mean, it was about the easiest pick you could ever do. I know people would give Dave Caldwell credit for that, but hell, any fan could go out there and scout that. I mean, everybody knew they're going to get Jalen Ramsey. He turns out to be great, but his antics can get so annoying. Just and you look at him like you need Jalen Ramsey because he's going to command a big contract. Usually with those big contracts, you want them to be a leader. And how good of a leader is Jalen Ramsey? When you look at there's usually 2 different main there's of course all different kinds of leaders out there, but there are 2 main types of leaders. And you kind of go through the LeBron James and the Kobe Bryant effect. Like, LeBron James is a guy that will encourage you. He's a guy that will, have positive reinforcement, go out there and get him next time, that kind of guy. But Kobe Bryant is a dick. He will put you down. He will call you out. And both the leadership methods can be effective. It's just how they do it. And, you wonder what kind of leader Jalen Ramsey is. And I think he's more of a Kobe Bryant type of leader. You know what I'm saying? I think he's more of a Kobe Bryant, kind of put you down. He's not super uplifting. He will point fingers at other people. And, Tom Brady is that kind of way too. Tom Brady is not a positive reinforcement guy. He will call you out on your shit and make sure you do it, better, or else they'll say, okay, you're not playing anymore. But that's coming from a quarterback. A quarterback can be effective in that method. I don't know about cornerback, man. A quarterback is bigger than every player on the field if they are elite. He just has complete control over everything. The ball's in his hands every play. And like a cornerback, when you're playing around another cornerback, 2 other safeties who are both older than you, and you're basically a 5-man defensive backfield, when you decide to freelance, there's other players like Barry Church that are looking bad for it. And I don't know if a player like that can be a player that will be able to command that kind of respect. So, I mean, that's my opinion on it all. I know this is probably going to be a topic going on, but Jalen Ramsey, if you trade him, you would get a massive amount for him. You'd get at least 2 first-round picks. You'd probably get maybe even 2 picks within the first 3 rounds and a couple different drafts. But when you go into the draft, man, you want to get superstars. You want to get guys like Jalen Ramsey. Cornerback is a premier position, man. Quarterback is premier. Usually left tackle is premier. Like a defensive end, like a pass rushing defensive end is that kind of thing. And cornerback. You know what I mean? Those are top 5 positions. You could maybe include middle linebacker in there, but that's just how I feel about it, man. But yeah, don't trade away Jalen Ramsey. I think I don't know. It is kind of concerning because there had to have been some kind of person say something for Adam Schefter to tweet that out. He doesn't just tweet out bullshit. But we'll see how that progresses. We look like a complete dumpster fire right now with everybody going out there and drinking and getting arrested in London. This thing about Jalen Ramsey now being traded. We already traded away Dante Fowler Jr. We're not giving off a good look perception-wise, but we play the Steelers today. Hopefully we can still do this and win this game, man. Break this losing skid. Disable the Steelers from getting their revenge, and maybe we can get some kind of win streak going because it'd sure be fun, guys. But yeah, we got 83 people watching, man. I was live for 10 minutes. Please like the stream for me if you guys can. and hopefully the quality of this video was good. I'm glad I was able to kind of stream a little bit without getting disconnected, but yeah, I think Jaguars say it's fake news, but we'll see, man. I don't think they'll be trading him. That's just my gut. I mean, and it's not even my gut. It's just a smart thing to do. You don't trade away superstar players like that. But all right, guys, I'm out of here. Go Jags.